哦，不错。
所以现在已经开始录了。OK，let me share my screen. I'll speak more in English because one of my friends says is only understand English. Okay.
All right, no problem.
So first, let's do this. Okay. What am I doing? I'm thinking. I need to think. Okay. So you can still hear me, right? Hello?
Hmm?
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm changing the resolution of my monitor so it will be easier for you to see. Okay, 1 second.
Mhm.
So let me close this guy here and I'll share the screen. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, this is the egg. My wife actually prepared my breakfast. She cracks 3 of them. Actually,
Mhm.
one of them actually is a double yolk. Okay.
All right.
She
Bingo.
yeah, she showed me that. Then I say, this is interesting. She said, actually, we got this 2 days in a row. It's
Okay.
probably coming from the same mom, right? Because maybe tomorrow I get another one.
Mm-hmm.
So I post this on the Facebook. Then my friend told me, this means good luck. Okay. The reason I put this up is because I think today's subject, other than, okay, let's just quickly review the disclaimer, okay? It's just for you to practice to be a better ability, have better ability to trade, but not suggest you to use your real money. But the goal is to allow you to actually get a better skill. Therefore, you can make the giant leap to do the real money. At that point, you always have to remember you are the only person responsible for your real money. Okay. So today's subject is basics review. What I already taught you guys, but I focus to be this obvious question. What do you need to have to be a good trader or investor? So you want to give me some answers? What do you think?
First, you need some money.
Huh? Okay.
Okay. You mean tool sense, good sense, or good?
So something, let's try to just do some Chinese English. Don't worry too much about that. Okay. So let's try to think. What do you think? Just come up with anything. You don't have to be right, right? Better be right, but you don't have to be right. So let's do a brainstorming, okay?
Right.
You say something, I just type it. Then we just go over the list. Okay, whatever comes to your mind.
Uh, well, a good sense of trading, like a psyche part, emotion, how to
Okay, you
always talk about the psyche.
okay. Can I slow you down a little bit? I think you have a good thought, okay, but I think right away you already give me 3-4 ideas in one sentence.
All right.
Can you make it one a point, so I can actually type it?
Okay.
You have to have a good psychological preparation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Richard, contribute something. He's half asleep.
Let me ask you. Honey, are you asleep?
Sleeping.
He's not well.
But bottom line, remember, I'm taking you through that. You are a scientist, you know. What I'm going through is a brainstorming. Brainstorming, you should have no worry what you think. It just keep coming. Anything comes to your mind, let's just put it down, okay? I can help
Okay,
you a little bit. Okay, technical.
sure.
Yeah.
Stick with the standard operation process.
Okay, stick with SOP. Okay.
Yeah. And mm,
Am I
need
torturing
to
you?
grab some good tools
I'm
to
sorry. Say that again.
analysis tools.
Tools. You need good tools. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, and what? I would say don't be afraid to lose money.
Okay.
Well, that's part of psyche, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fine. See, you don't have to worry about organize, or else that slow down your thinking.
mm,
You can even say something totally wrong, right? Because we can always scratch it.
mm-hmm. Uh, what else?
Okay. I think I torture you enough. Okay. Now, the reason I go through this is that I think I imagine you as well as some other people. If we look at the this group, so you can see that there are 12 people reading. Okay,
Mm,
sometimes have more, 13. At this point, has 20 people read them. Okay,
yes.
so I'm giving out a lot of information, and I hope it's useful to you, or at least give you some inspiration, right?
Mm,
Okay. So if you think about that, it's like a lot of knowledge there. What I'm trying to do is take you through this process so that allow you to actually not to be scared by this, because once you actually start to think through the whole thing, it will become just a couple of simple rules. All the thing I say is probably falling to one of that rules. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I'm inspiring you to think about this. So I'm going to show you the quick list I generate before I start this talk.
Mm-hmm.
Then give you some idea. So let's see that one. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. You need to have a winning attitude. You need to have a clear goal. Okay. So this one you also mentioned. I think at some point say want to make money, right? But we did not say that there. Okay. Let's compare these two lists. Okay. So you need to have a clear goal. Okay. Then psychological, you mentioned that. Okay. And some are this I talk about. Some are the general financial market. That I'll explain a little bit more. Then you need to have some idea about fundamental knowledge about the company, right? IS. You want to own. Then you want to have a good technical analysis ability. And I think this can go a little bit longer, but this is pretty much very simple one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I encourage you to actually keep this as a list of yours. Okay, so why don't I just put this in the chat so you can just copy it. Okay, how do I get to chat? Chat. Where are you?
Don't worry, I took a picture already.
Okay, but
Right. Is the chat also recorded? If that's so, do so. If just only for me, I already recorded. I mean, took a picture already.
sometimes I'm a perfectionist. If I do this, you can just copy and paste. You don't need to type it again. Yeah, let's try it again. Paste. Okay. Got it. Okay. So once you have this idea in mind, then what you can do is that in the future, when you see the note I put out, I mean the chat I put out, or you see my the video I put out, you start to think which each time the new information I gave you falling into what of this category. So then it will become obvious what it's become that actually not that much stuff. It's just you just need to keep going back and keep going back, actually get that really sinking, become part of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Once you get that, you are going to take you out of away from that 90% of the loser. Okay? This is what I believe at least, okay? And I have good news, actually. I have, my real money has made all-time high 3 days in a row this year. In the past, today, yesterday, the day before yesterday, it's all-time high.
Really? Then you will have double yolk tomorrow.
Yeah. So, okay. So maybe we should put luck in here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So pray.
Okay. But have you ever heard people says when you work harder, you get luckier?
Theoretically, yes.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, my parents always say that.
Yeah, because actually, I remember when I was a graduate student, then the postdoc who actually my sister advisor assigned to teach me the postdoc, she's very good. She has this, horseshoes, 马蹄.
Horseshoes?
Yeah, horseshoes. Okay, 就是那铁的马蹄啊。
Oh.
Horseshoes 在 American 是 good luck. 然后说你 really need good luck, you take the horseshoes, now throw it over your shoulder. That act will bring you good luck.
Well, in Britain, we throw salt over the shoulder to get rid of bad luck.
Okay, so there's some similarity there. Okay, so she has this in the lab. Then one day my boss, he come in and say, what's this here? Then we explain that to him. He said, if you work harder, you'll get luckier. Always remember this. That was like 1986 now. Okay, so we're talking about how many years? Almost 30 years. I think I benefit from that so much. So I want to share this with you.
Oh.
Okay. So winning attitude. Winning attitude is belief that you are going to win. Okay. No matter what your friend told you, you have to believe you will win. And then you say, what will help me to, why do I deserve to have that feeling? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can say, I have winning attitude, but doesn't necessarily get it to win. So how do you accomplish the winning attitude? The answer is kind of simple, but kind of difficult to accomplish, is that you are determined and you will be disciplined, you will spend energy to learn good knowledge to be better. Okay? So the logic is simple. The difficult part is actually to do it. Why is that people feel that it's hard to do it? Is that people feel things is too big a thing to actually attack, to solve the issue.
Mm-hmm.
That then the answer to that is something called Swiss cheesing. You actually make a big thing to small piece and solve it one at a time, become easier to accomplish. Mm-hmm. So what I put in here is actually help you to Swiss cheesing. Instead of just a big chunk, I'll say, I need to have a winning attitude. I need to do all those. I say, okay, let's just look at what we need to do. And then we say, something, I'm going to spend 5 or 10 minutes a day to work on one of this a day. I hope that's will suddenly make you feel that it's much easier to achievable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The difficult part about this is you have to be persistent. 中文讲要有恒心，要有毅力。Because if you say 10 minutes is easy, but if you say you're going to do that day in and day out, 10 minutes, that suddenly become a little bit harder. Okay. To make it a little bit easier to accomplish that is that you don't have to do that day in and day out. You can have day off. So let's say you just use like a school. You can have weekday to do it, then you have weekend to rest. Okay, and also you can say every couple of days you can take a day, but you cannot keep taking rest. Okay, taking a break. And also, I don't know whether you hear about something. I hear this from several people, but yesterday I heard that it probably originally was given out by Tony Robbins. I don't know whether it's true or not. He said, if you do something, you force yourself to do something every day, like say today, tomorrow, you keep forcing yourself to do that. After you do that more than 30 days, that become your habit. Then it's hard for you to actually get out of it. So make a determination, says, I want to be a good trader. Therefore I need a good attitude. To have a good attitude, I need to spend 5 to 10 minutes a day. It's up to you to spend 5 or 10 minutes. Then at least from now to do it 30 days to make it to become your habit. Okay. Now, after that, let's talk about clear goal. Okay. Even when I say, what do you need to be a good trader? It's already, remember, if I can show you, where is my original one? Okay, where are you? This question, what do you need to be a good trader? Even this question, you need to have a clear goal. Do you want to be a trader or you want to be an investor? Elsai, what do you think?
I will choose to be a trader instead of investor.
Why? I'm not saying you're wrong, but give me the answer.
The easy answer is trader. I don't need to worry about a long-term holding. Perhaps I'll just learn the techniques and not to be bound with one company and hold it for forever.
Okay.
That way I don't have to maybe study the nature or the total health of the company.
That's a good answer, okay? Because I think usually when people start to get involved in the stock market, what do you hear the first thing is that be an investor, be a long-term holder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I believe that too, and until 2000.
Oh,
When that crashed.
sorry.
It says that actually says, according to the statistic, maybe I don't know the exact number. People say 20-80 rule, but I think in this investment probably is 2 to 1. So it's like 1/3 of chance is market going lower, then 2/3 of time actually is going higher. So if you hold on to the long-term holder, eventually you are going to make more money. Okay. So what I'm telling you is a little bit confusing now. I hope I do not confuse you too much. I start to lose faith, or I start to feel that may not be exactly true, but I cannot prove it. Because if you actually see the chart, in 2000, let's say 2011, year 2000. So I actually make a lot of money, paper money, then actually unrealistic gain. It's not paper money. It's really actually happened there. I remember my asset in the stock market is more than 500K. Then when it crashed, it went down to 100K and 100,000K. Okay. I see about 400,000 just evaporate. So from that, you say, okay, probably should not be long-term hold. But the tricky part here is that actually then it went back up, right? And then you go to 2008, it's another high. Then it drop again, then another high. So I think maybe some people holding on the good stock actually is ahead of game. I don't have statistics to prove that or disprove that.
Well, but the point is, people who can afford these yo-yo psyche probably has some stronger structure in their side. In their psyche. So I don't think I like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that kind of circle back to the good psychological here. Okay. So here actually is actually involve management ability. How do I want to say? The subject I talk a lot in the past 2 weeks or so, I think. It's called asset management. Okay. I don't know how to spell. This actually is important thing. To translate that is that okay. This is a very simple rule you have to follow. Okay. The amount of the exposure to the market has to allow you to sleep well in the night. Okay. If you actually says I'm putting 100,000 in the market, you can sleep well in the night. Whether it go high or low, you'll sleep well in the night. You can put it there. So that will answer your question. You say, some people cannot hold on to that so long. But if you actually, the exposure you have that, you can allow you to sleep well in the night, then you really don't worry. You can actually, you will be able to sustain the high yo-yo, right? So this is very important, okay? Even I'm talking about peers, even you want to be a long-term long-term investor, you still have to be have this mentality. Let alone if you you decide to be a trader, okay? Then it's even more important, okay? I don't know whether you read about my chat in the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Occasionally.
I systemically sell my loans,
right,
to allow me to be able to sleep well. Okay. I think starting from 3-4 weeks ago to now, I probably raised about 200 to 300,000 cash. Okay. That allowed me to sleep well. So when I can sleep well, then if some news coming out doesn't bother me too much, then I'm able to sustain that.
Right.
Okay. So that's about
also, you won't regret if you don't stick long enough to have a higher reward.
Is this a question or is a comment?
It's a question for you. Do you regret?
It's a question. Okay. This go into still fall into the good psychological. Okay. This is that actually probably also can be under here. You should worry more about losing money, worry less about you are not making more. Okay.
Okay. So,
If you actually use your good strategy, okay, first you have to believe you are at least average smart. Okay. If you better be above average smart, because if you are average smart, you probably make average money. If you think from your accomplishment in the school, everything, you're supposedly to be above average. I think most of us should be above average, or else we will not be able to get PhD. We will not, like me, I will not be a physician, right? So I think that should be a fact. So with the above average ability, then with a good choice skill, then you should actually able to accumulate some money, some gains, correct?
well, unfortunately, most of people think they are above average.
I think safe to say, I believe I'm above average. Okay, maybe not a lot, but I think I'm above average.
Wow, yeah.
I think safe to say you are above average too. Okay, because you know something, if you don't think you are above average, then you probably should not get involved in doing stock. Because if you are not above average, which means that you are not able to learn better than other people, then what is the base for you to say you go in here, you have some edge to make money?
That's true.
Right? And trust me, you are above average. Okay. The fact that you are almost the only person now is in the meeting, which already tell you you have a different ability than other people. Okay.
You mean persistence?
That is already your edge. So when you go in so remember, I don't know whether the term I use is correct, called zero sum.
Oh, yeah.
Zero sum. Okay, zero sum actually in the stock market is zero sum. Somebody make money, somebody will lose money, right? Or else, of course, the whole economy can grow, so that become more. But in general, still somebody make money, somebody lose money.
Especially in option, you see that very clearly.
So therefore, think about this. Actually, if there are 90% of people in the market is losing money, doesn't that tell you it's easy to make money from there? Because there are 90% of people that are willing to give their money to you if you are smart enough.
Oh, don't you feel guilty about that?
No, I don't cheat them because
Okay.
If they like me, why do I feel guilty? I spend that much energy to teach people to get out of that group, right?
Oh, I see. I know.
See how much energy I put in here without getting any feedback. But the feedback to me actually is good. I feel great because I think, I'm retired. This has become one of the major goals of my life because I know I'm helping people. The only thing I hope is that I wish I can help more people. I can have more interaction with people to help them better. That's right. I'm still working on that. Okay. So that I explain this to you. So why do I say this? I say again, I think if you learn from me, it will be a good assumption. Okay, it says the meeting is going to stop any moment. So when it stops, we'll start again. Okay.
Sure.
I'll send you a link to come in again.
Okay.
So,
you mean from line or from?
From line.
Okay. Yes.
The demystify group, not your single one. Okay.
Got it.
The demystifier.
Yes, I know.
So we circle back to your question. Okay. You ask, when I actually raise that much cash, do I worry about making less money because I'm coming out of market? the point is that actually I already make money, right? So I took them out because I'm not greedy to say I want to press some more because I want to sleep better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I already have those money. Then once I have those money, when the market become right situation, I know that I can get back in. I will make even more money from here. It's just I'm not making more money at this level. But if I keep that in the market, I will not be able to sleep well. And I also run more risk to lose money from here.
Right. Okay.
So if you can think through this, you should worry less about not making more.
Actually, it's not my worries. My personality, likewise, I don't chase or be that greedy. I'm pretty much easy to be satisfied.
Okay, so that's good.
That's not my problem.
So I guess I spent too much time to explain to you for something you already know. But I think most people, including myself, having through that, even now, I'm still very carefully adjusting that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, a year ago, I may be able to sleep well with less amount of the exposure than this year. You see what I'm saying? As I get better, I will be able to allow a little bit more exposure in the market.
Right.
To sleep well. That is also ability as you actually practice that you acquire from that. There's a positive dynamic going to happen. It's called 良性循环. If you keep failing, then you are going to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So actually go back to that situation when I raise my cash, you say, okay, this 300,000 is not in the market to get more money, which also tells me that if the market crash, this 300,000 is protected, right?
Yeah.
So if market crash, actually this 300,000 will become more to allow me to actually buy stock at a better price.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so therefore it's no worry. And if you remember I teach you this grand view. You have this wave, right? Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and eventually going lower. Then you have a new entry point too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that figure.
So this is a good psychological. Actually, this part is, I think, the main goal. You need to train yourself, and I'll spend more time to explain this in the future. Then we go to this. You need to be able to do the technical analysis. Again, this sounds a daunting task, but in reality, it's not that hard. For me, I think so far, probably the only thing you need to actually get good at is get a fraction of the candlesticks. That's already enough to help you to make money. Okay, then you say stick to the SOP. This is all good. So let's come back here. So when I say good psychological, so which involve before you decide to get involved and after you decide to get involved. Before you decide to get involved, is that we already discussed that. With all the situation, if you don't believe you will be more persistent, you are willing to learn more a little bit, spend a little bit more time, everything, then you should make a good decision not to get involved. But if the answer to all those questions here is yes, then you need to start to learn how to do that, to prepare yourself psychologically. We already spent some time to discuss about that. So what do I mean by some idea of the general financial market? Is very simple. You have to know a little bit what CNBC talk about, but don't be too carried away by them. So you need to know a little bit what Fed is doing, just a general idea, but don't allow them to put you in the yo-yo feeling and say, oh God, this news will affect my holding. What do I have to do? Then like every single news coming out, it's like you're going through this emotional roller coaster. Don't be that. How do you have that ability going back to your we just say that asset manager, because if you actually manage your asset, then you know it's fine. I can write it up and down, write it down. Take for example, today, I don't know whether you spend time to pay attention to that at all. I guess probably you are very sleepy today. Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 more minutes. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Today, actually, oil actually goes down very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this. I am trading oil future using option.
Mm-hmm.
Then it actually, that particular position dropped about $900 off my asset. But because I have my skill, I know the support is 45. Now, as long as it don't break 45, I will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it really doesn't bother me that much. Of course, I pray a little bit. I hope I'm right?
Mm-hmm.
The other example is yesterday. I also have a gold position there, but gold actually go really bad. So yesterday I killed that position, and with about, I don't know, $600 loss. But I know that I'm getting better. I will easily make it back. Okay, and in fact today with from other stock, I already make it back. So it doesn't really bother me that much.
Oh, actually, I kind of learned something from you. From your description, the idea or the feeling you have toward money is not as solid as average people. That the money comes and go like water flowing through you and out, in and out. So you are not that.
But that's a very good way to describe the money flows through me, and I keep practicing my ability from all the angle, the SOP,
Yeah.
and I managed to keep more, allow less of them flow away from me.
Uh-huh.
So it started accumulating under my control.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Any more questions?
Oh, it was not a question, it's a comment.
Okay. So less than a minute, then I will actually start again. Okay. So next one. So that is just a general market. Okay. So you need to know a little bit. Like today, there is a Fed meet. Yes, I think it's today or yesterday. Yeah, yesterday Fed announcement. But this time there's nothing. But in the past, when they say good or bad, will affect market a little bit. Something like that. The next one is the fundamental of the stock, the company.
Mm-hmm.
So usually what attracts you to start to think about buying or holding a stock?
Hmm?
What will
attract me to own the stock?
Yeah, which stock you will say, okay, how is your decision making? Which stock you want to go after? Start
Healthy stock that will go higher.
Okay.
In general, through a long enough period of time.
Okay, so give me 1 or 2 names come to your mind.
Like Google.
Okay, so why do you choose Google?
Its development through time and its future prospects and its performance in the past.
So essentially, it's that you will see a company's name, several company name, but you will develop some idea in your mind and say, this is good stock you want to have. This you may not want to touch, right? That's what I said about this one. So you know this.